and let's talk about Bronny James. Bronny James, the most polarizing player in the league, believe it or not, a rookie, most polarizing player, and someone who is averaging through 18 games, 1.4 points per game, 0.4 rebounds, 0.4 assists, shooting 25.8%, 20% from beyond the arc, a 3.8 PER. But according to his head coach, JJ Redick, he is improving. The Lakers head coach said, I think he's had a really productive rookie season. He's gotten a lot better. We can see that. I think that the first time you go through that as a rookie, sometimes you have to go through it for 3 or 4 years as well. It's different to not play every night, and particularly for a second-round pick. It's very common for them to sort of go back and forth between an NBA roster and the G League and go on assignment. So good for Bronny James that his coach thinks that. And yes, the numbers I read you, they're not pretty numbers. They don't scream, okay, this guy's going to be a future role player or a future starter, anything like that. But if you look at his G League numbers, they're a lot better, and you've seen him improve. He's averaging 21.9 points per game, 5.4 boards, 5.1 assists in 7 of his G League games. I think, too, it's some of the moments that we've seen for him at the NBA level. Against Utah, I mean, the career high 9 points. He had a nice little step back the other night off the glass, a little lay in there. My favorite thing, it makes me laugh every time. He gets MVP chance. You hear Bronny, MVP, MVP. I said, my thing is that the Bronny chance, the Bronny. I think that's the new We Want Tacos. Lakers fans know that when we chanted "We Want Tacos," that was keeping the team under 100 points, and that usually meant the game was in hand. The Lakers were winning comfortably. I think the Bronny, the MVP chants for Bronny is the new "We Want Tacos" chant. But look, I said before the season, one of my bold predictions, and I was half joking, was that Bronny James would retire from the NBA before LeBron James, and that's just because I didn't think very highly of the move, 55th pick, and someone gets a 4-year deal because of that. But seeing how LeBron James is playing, seeing what LeBron James does on the court, off the court, to your organization, I want to point out that every single organization, every single team in the NBA, if you gave them the option of having LeBron James putting up the numbers that he's putting up right now, at his age, and all you had to do was draft his son in the second round, they would take that every single time. So look, guess what? Yeah, guess what? That's how it works. I mean, Carmelo Anthony, we're not drafting your son because you're not LeBron James. There's only a very, very, very small list, a very short list of superstar players that you would do something like this for, and LeBron James is certainly the guy that you would. So if LeBron James was washed, if he was cooked, if he was putting up the numbers that we see, like Vince Carter late in his career, just because he's on the bench to stay in the league, or even, look, Russ had a really good game last night. I mean, he did 25 points on 50% shooting, but if he's averaging like 12 points per game, if he was doing that, no, you don't draft their kids. But when it's LeBron playing like a first-team All-NBAer in the later stages of his career, you absolutely do that. But what do you make of, J-Rob, what do you think of, what's kind of your quick little assessment of where Bronny James is right now?
To me, it just seems like he's finally getting confident. He's averaging about 21, 5-5 in the G League. And if you watch the clips, it's just he doesn't seem hesitant to make a decision. And, you and I both have talked about this up here. I mean, confidence takes you a long way. A little delusion takes you a long way. And he has like the physical abilities. So it's like just putting it all together. I mean, again, he had a heart attack less than maybe 2 years ago. So looking at that to now, I mean, I've been impressed with the development that he's had so far. And at the end of the day, he was the 55th pick. He's a flyer. You're taking a flyer. But
he's got lead genetics.
He got the lead genetics.
He got the lead genetics, right?
Yes, and going to Wakanda every year for that vibration.
And I think too, I mean, to JJ Redick's point, he has improved. He's improved in the G League, and he has improved at the NBA level. And I'll be the first to say that I was probably a little too hard on Bronny early on, right? I will take my L's on this show. Trust me, I will. It almost feels like LeBron took the PS5 away from him. He's like, yo, no PS5, no girls, get those rose petals off the bed. You're hooping, right? This is lead genetics, okay? And I think that you bring up a fantastic point, and that the confidence is is happening because he's seeing success, because he's probably done things differently in his routine, in his training. I mean, we don't know exactly what he's done differently. And look, yeah, I mean, he's still probably a 60 rating in 2K and 9 points, but you have to take things as a whole. And how cool would this be? Imagine this. Imagine Bronny James gets a ring. Imagine Bronny James gets if Bronny James gets a ring before Russ, I'm gonna absolutely shed a tear. Okay, that's gonna break me. But he legit got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
There's something I mean, look, stars are stars, man.
Yeah.
Like it's like we don't like what I love about stars. I mean, you got the industry plants, but really like we decide who the stars are.
Yeah.
Right. The people decide the topics. They decide who the stars are. He's a star. Like he is a star. Like whether you like it or love it, Bronny James is a star.